All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Oh, today we are talking about vervet monkeys.
Fascinating creatures.
Yeah, I've seen them before, like at the zoo and things, but
Yeah.
I never really knew too much about them until I started researching for this deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
And oh my gosh, they're so interesting.
They're more than just a pretty face.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to get into today.
Yeah.
So we've got some really cool research articles we're going to be pulling from. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting conversation.
Absolutely.
So why don't we start off by just like imagining we're on a safari or something,
Okay.
and we come across a troop of vervet monkeys. Like, what would we see? What are some of their key physical characteristics?
Well, the first thing you'd notice is their fur,
Yeah.
kind of a grayish green.
Okay.
It helps them blend in with the foliage.
Oh, so it's like camouflage.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, of course, you can't miss their face. That striking black face with the white fur framing it.
Yeah, it's like they're wearing a little mask.
Exactly like a little mask.
It's so distinctive.
It is.
Yeah.
And they have long limbs.
Yeah, I was going to say, they look pretty lanky.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, very agile. Perfect for moving through the trees.
Okay, so they're tree dwellers.
Yeah, primarily.
And I read something about their tails. It was pretty interesting.
Ah, yes. The prehensile tail.
What is that?
Well, it's basically like having an extra hand.
Really?
Yeah, they can use it to grasp branches, hang upside down, even pick up objects.
Wow.
Yeah, it's essential for their arboreal lifestyle.
So it's like they're swinging through the trees using their tail for extra grip.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And one more thing you might notice about the males.
Oh, yeah.
Those bright blue scrotums.
I was wondering if we were going to talk about that.
Had to mention it.
It's pretty hard to miss.
It is, yeah. It's unique to vervet monkeys.
Really?
You won't find that in any other monkey species.
Huh. Well, all right, so we've got the picture in our minds, right? Grayish green fur, black face with the white mask, long limbs, prehensile tail, and the males have the bright blue scrotums.
You got it.
Okay, so now let's talk about their social structure,
Okay.
because I understand they're incredibly social
Oh,
animals.
yeah. They live in these groups called troops.
Right.
Anywhere from 10 to 50 individuals.
Well, that's a pretty good-sized group,
It is. And
Yeah.
within each troop, there's a very clear hierarchy.
like a pecking order.
Exactly. You've got dominant males and females, kind of the leaders of the pack.
Okay.
But what's interesting is that the females typically stay in their birth group for life.
So the girls stick together.
They form these strong matrilineal bonds.
Matrilineal bonds.
Yeah, so the females are all related through their mothers.
Oh, so like a powerful female-led family.
Exactly. They stick together across generations.
Wow, that's different than a lot of other species,
It is.
where, the males are usually the ones that stay in the territory.
Right.
But with vervet monkeys, it's the females.
Exactly. The males actually leave their birth group when they reach maturity to find new troops.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that creates a totally different social dynamic.
It does.
And I bet with so many individuals living together, communication must be crucial.
Oh, absolutely. It's essential for their survival.
And they don't just like grunt at each other or something.
No, they have a whole repertoire of vocalizations.
Really?
Facial expressions, body language signals.
So they're pretty expressive.
Very expressive.
Huh.
They really are. Yeah.
And you know what really blows my mind?
What's that?
The idea that they might even have a basic form of language.
Oh, yes. The alarm call.
That's what I'm talking about, because I was reading about that, and it seems way too complex to just be instinct.
It's pretty remarkable.
It is.
So they don't just have a generic danger call.
Right.
They have specific calls for different predators.
Like what?
Eagles, snakes, leopards, each one triggering a different defensive response.
So it's like they're saying, hey, everybody, eagle, run for cover.
Exactly. And the other monkeys know exactly what to do.
So if they hear the eagle call, they'll like dive into the bushes or something?
Yep. They'll scan the sky and then head for the densest cover they can find.
Okay, what about snakes?
Snake call. They stand up on their hind legs and start scanning the ground.
Wow, really?
Yeah, very carefully looking for the snake.
And leopards.
Leopard call. They bolt up into the trees.
So they know where to go depending on what kind of predator it is.
Exactly. They're not just reacting to the presence of danger.
Right.
They're responding to specific information about the type of threat.
It's like they're understanding symbols.
It really is, and that's what makes scientists think they might have a rudimentary form of language.
Wow.
It's something that's still being debated,
Right.
but it's incredibly fascinating.
It is really
So
fascinating.
much more to their communication than we initially realized.
Absolutely. So they're not just cute faces, they're like little geniuses running around out there.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's move on from predators for a second. Let's talk about food.
All right.
What do these guys like to eat? Are they picky eaters?
Not at all.
Really?
They're opportunistic omnivores.
Meaning,
They'll eat pretty much anything they can get their hands on.
like what kind of stuff?
Fruits, seeds, flowers, insects,
Okay.
even small vertebrates, if they can catch them.
So they're not afraid to try new things.
Not at all. They're very adaptable.
But I bet that gets them into trouble sometime.
Oh, yeah, especially around humans.
I was going to say, haven't we all heard stories about monkeys stealing snacks from tourists?
All the time.
It's like a classic monkey move.
It is. Their intelligence and adaptability make them very successful foragers,
Right.
but it can lead to conflict with humans.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
They've been known to raid crops gardens,
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
even scavenge around human settlements.
So they're pretty bold.
They are their survivors.
I guess you got to do what you got to do to survive.
Exactly.
So speaking of survival, where do these monkeys actually live?
Well, they're found across a wide range of habitats in eastern and southern Africa.
Okay.
Think savannas, woodlands, even coastal forests.
So they're pretty adaptable to different environments.
Very adaptable as long as there's a decent water source nearby.
Nice.
You'll find them in countries like Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, Ethiopia.
Wow, that's a pretty wide range.
It is.
It's pretty impressive how they've managed to thrive in so many different places.
They're very resilient.
They are. And, with all their smarts and social skills, it's no wonder scientists are so fascinated by them.
Yeah, absolutely. They're like little puzzle boxes.
What do you mean?
Well, their problem-solving abilities and capacity for learning by observation are really intriguing.
So they're not just relying on instinct.
No, they can figure things out, and they learn from watching each other.
Wow. So by studying them, we might even learn more about how our own brains work.
Exactly. They offer a unique window into primate behavior and evolution.
That's incredible.
It really is.
Okay, so last but not least, how are they doing in terms of conservation? Are they endangered?
Well, the good news is they're currently classified as least concern.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, their adaptability and wide range have helped them remain relatively stable for now.
Okay, but I imagine there are still challenges they face.
Definitely habitat loss is an ongoing threat.
Right.
And the conflict with humans over crops is a constant issue.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But for now, their resilience and adaptability give them a good chance at continued survival.
Well, fingers crossed, they can keep thriving.
I agree.
So to wrap things up, vervet monkeys are so much more than just those cute faces we see in pictures. They're highly intelligent
Yes,
social creatures
definitely.
with a complex communication system.
That continues to fascinate scientists.
They've adapted to thrive in a wide range of environments across Africa,
Mhm.
and they offer us valuable insights into primate behavior evolution.
And maybe even our own behavior.
Exactly. So what do you think is the most exciting thing about vervet monkeys?
I think it's the potential for future discoveries.
Oh yeah, like what?
Who knows what other secrets they might reveal about the evolution of language and intelligence in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, like what if they have even more complex communication that we haven't even figured out yet?
That's the exciting part. We just don't know.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All these hidden languages out there that we're just starting to understand.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired to learn more.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you're feeling the same way, head on over to your local library or do some research online.
There's a ton of information out there.
There really is.
Yeah.
So keep exploring, keep learning.
Keep diving deep.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
It was a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.